Just a moment. Good evening, everyone. Namaskar, Radha Krishna ji.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. Namaskar, sir.
आज थोड़ा लेट हो गए.
No problem. No problem. Yeah.
The lectures are continuous, so having
Yeah.
tea and that.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. And then jumping from Python to R and then different.
Yeah.
It will be a very difficult.
Topics are different. Topics are different. Then.
Correct. Really amazing. You have to switch over immediately. You have to switch over. It's very skill only. Great skill.
Balakrishna ji is not there, no? Srinivasan ji today.
I think he will come. I think so. I don't know. I think he is not in India. Abroad. He was
is in
telling
Singapore.
Yeah.
He's taking interest in that. He is in the industry line, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
He's taking interest in the inferential analysis also.
Okay, sir.
M series and everything.
Uh-huh. Is Mukesh sir ka father?
He's fine. But,
Okay.
today I think he was about to come Bhopal. Oh, Indore, sorry, Indore. But up to now I have not got any call. I have not received any call.
Okay.
Let's continue the session of yesterday.
Yes.
We were studying about the time series analysis. And, up to here we have finished, na? That the
Screen is not visible, sir.
Okay. Yes. No, it is busy. Sorry.
Yes, visible.
Now it's visible.
Yeah.
We have finished up to here that the multiplicative model. We have finished it yesterday for the stationary data or unstationary data. And I have shown you this component also, the composition. And we were about studied something about this. I explained you about this parameter update yesterday of the level. So once I more want to explain you about that exponential smoothing. There are two methods we will study. The ARIMA and exponential smoothing we are going to study. And yesterday I explained little things about that. Now I will explain you once more a few more things about. exponential smoothing is a time series forecasting method for univariate data. Univariate means the single variable you could take that can be extended to support data with a systematic trend or seasonal component. Okay. It is powerful forecasting method that may be used as an alternative to the popular Box-Jenkins-Arima family of methods. And we will cover here what the exponential smoothing and how it is different from the other forecasting methods. And there are the three main types of exponential smoothing, how to configure them, and how to implement the exponential smoothing. So one type I have explained yesterday, but I am reading this theory again. This slide was missed by me, so today I got it. So exponential smoothing forecasting methods are similar in that prediction is a weighted sum of past observation. We give the past observation some weight alpha, but the model explicitly uses an exponentially decreasing weight for past observations. If you are giving the alpha 0.2, then 0.8 you will give the past observations, and out of that 0.8 you will again keep for the next previous leg 0.2, then out of that 0.8, and then out of that 0.8 you are again giving the 0.8 to previous legs, and in this way we do this way. So it is always decreasing. Okay, exponentially decreasing weight of past weight. Yeah. Especially specifically past observations are weighted with a geometrical decreasing ratio. Geometrically decreasing ratio, which is the exponentially basically. Forecast produced using exponential smoothing methods are weighted averages of past observations with the weights decaying exponentially as the observations get older. In other words, the more recent the observation, the higher the associated weight. Okay. Exponential smoothing methods may be considered as peers and an alternative to the popular Box-Jenkins-Arima class of the methods for the time series forecasting. So we will study that Box-Jenkins-Arima method. The collectively the method are some time series referred to the ETS models, referring the explicit modeling of error, trend and seasonality. Okay, so this is for that of Arima, where the seasonality exists. We use it. Now the types of exponential smoothing, the first we have studied yesterday, but again I'm just telling you a few things. There are three main types of exponential smoothing time series forecasting methods. A simple method that assumes no systematic structure, an extension that explicitly handles trends, and the most advanced approach and aids support for seasonality. So single exponential smoothing is a is a time series forecasting method for univariate data without a trend or seasonality. But without a trend, there is no secular trend, there is no seasonality. Okay. Uh, Cyclic variation we could not take here in the exponential. Okay. We take the trend, secular trend and the seasonality. Okay. For the cyclic variation, we will use the ARIMA. Okay, it requires a single parameter called alpha. Just yesterday we have studied about the alpha, also called the smoothing factor or the smoothing coefficient. It is called. This parameter controls the rate at which the influence of the observations at prior time steps decay exponentially. Alpha is often set to a value between 0 and 1. Large values mean that the model pays attention mainly on the most recent past observations, whereas smaller values mean more of the history is taken into account when making a prediction. Does that make sense to everyone?
Sir, what does weighted average and weighted sum mean in the previous slide?
A weighted average, it means we are taking the level updation. So previous we are taking the whole, we are giving the whole that up to the last point from we are taking the data. So we are giving the alpha up to that point, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, up to that point. I will explain you again that thing. This we are giving weightage to the then previously we will go to LT t minus 3, and in this way we will take this. Okay, so I just tell you one thing. We do some manual work also here. A value close to 1 indicates fast learning. That is, only the most recent values influence the forecast. Whereas the value close to 0 indicates slow learning. The past observations have a large influence on the forecast. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
What formula we get here? You know that we have got this formula updation. This one I note here. This formula we have got LT level. LT means the we could say the f sub t function of. Okay, so it is the f, what the forecasting we are getting at the time t, ft forecasting at time t is equal to forecasting time t minus 1 plus alpha into actual t minus 1, actual observation, minus forecasting t minus 1. This formula we could convert in this way. I convert this first. Instead of LT, I am taking FT. Got it? FT is equal to alpha. YT is the actual time. Okay. So I have written here A, actual t minus 1, actual value of t minus 1, actual t minus 1 plus 1 minus alpha into LT minus 1. L is the forecasting. So F t minus 1. Does that make sense to everyone? Now I open this formula. So alpha, sorry, into a t minus 1 plus f t minus 1 minus alpha f t minus 1. Does that make sense to you? Alpha into, you multiply this f t minus 1 inside. Then what I am doing, alpha and alpha I am getting together. Okay, and then I am combining this and I am taking common alpha outside. So I will get a t minus 1 and f t minus 1. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
And here that is the f t minus 1 is here. Okay, and this formula I get. Okay, so through this formula we calculate the thing, previous and previous. We take one example of that. Okay, so I just do it with clear this, and we just perform one so you could understand the thing. Now I'm taking one example and I'm taking the actual. Okay, and what I am doing here, I just take this actual. actual, and you could better understand that. The actual values, I am taking few actual values of cells. Okay. Cells, few actual values I am taking. So this value I am taking, changing this color so you could understand. Is the 157, okay, and then 191, 192, okay. Sorry, 19. I just changed the numbers. So 196, I take 204 is the actual I am writing, and 193 and 226 and 313 and 408. So these are the actual values I have of sales of few items. Okay, in the we could say we could have this and suppose here I am taking forecasting, okay, which is t minus 1, we could say t minus 1. The first I don't have any forecasting. I will make the forecasting for the second. Okay, but I have the formula for forecasting is ft is equal to f t minus 1 plus alpha a t minus 1 minus f t minus 1. This we have created just. No, everybody now there is any confusion? There is no confusion. Oh. I just write it properly. ft. Does that make sense to you? We have just generated this formula there. Okay. Now we are giving here some value. I am giving here value. First point, I am giving a value for the first point, the forecast t minus 1. I am giving from my side. It is 155. Suppose. Does that make sense to you? I have given this first. The second I will find out through this form. Okay. So what I have to write here? If the ft minus 1, which is the 155, I will write here for this 196. And I want the forecasting for this period. And the alpha, I am taking two alpha values we will choose. We will choose one alpha is equal to 0.3 and one alpha I will choose later on I will choose two values, one the low side and the one the higher side. Okay. So I will choose another value alpha 0.7. This is very near to 1 or this is near to 0. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. So how we select these values of alpha? This is our own. This is a subjective matter. You have to choose the value. How do we choose it? I explain it. We have to decide the alpha. There is no formula for this we have. Okay. How we choose it, I will explain you. When you draw the time series, visualize the time series, and suppose your time series is like this. It means there is no, if you see in this point, there is no much difference in the previous lake. Is there difference? if there is this point, there to nearby point is there is no difference. Here, if you see here, here is no means there is no lot of fluctuation. Are you getting it? This point there is no lot of fluctuation. Does that make sense to you? So if there is no much, no lot of fluctuation, then what will you do? So we will use value near to 0. Okay. For setting the appropriate value of alpha is key to accurate forecasting with exponentially smoothing method. What we use? Alpha is the key for that. So how do you determine the value of alpha? So if the actual demand of the previous periods, appears to be relatively stable. So it is relatively stable. Just you know that over the time, then we would select a relatively small value of alpha. That is value closer to 0. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Or other hand, the demand tends to fluctuate rapidly. If the demand, I am making another curve with a different color. In this way. So if the demand tends to fluctuate rapidly, as in the case of our, suppose in our new product, if we launch, so it, which is experiencing tremendous growth in the new product, whatever new product comes in the market, then we would select the relatively larger value of alpha, which is near to 1. Does that make sense to you? If you are getting in this way high fluctuations, then you will set the value near to 1, greater than 0.05, otherwise less than 0.05. Does that make sense to you? How to select this alpha?
Sir, we select manually or is there something
No,
like
manually, Pratik. That's the thing. So it is
okay,
very, very vast subject. Time series analysis is the vast topic, not the subject.
because previously we were using that SPI plot to select the K.
Yeah, there is no parameter, no formula for getting this out. This is our observation, our experience required here. So
Okay,
very
okay.
few people works on the time series. You know that in the world
Because it is difficult.
there is huge demand for the time series analyst. So there is a too much, very vast topic is this. So how I am getting this value? We see now 150 alpha. I am taking 0.3 first. I just 0.3 and a t minus 1. This is the t minus 1 previous before. This is the t. This value is t. So t minus 1 would be this for this observation. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
is a t minus actual. Sir, you are asking something? So it is the t minus 1. The actual t minus 1 is 157 minus ft minus 1. Ft minus 1 I have given their value from my side. So which is 155. If I calculate this now, 155 plus 0.3 into 2. So it is 155.6. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah or not? So this value I will put here 155.6. Now I have to find out this one. So what I will do? I will write the ft minus 1, which is 155.6 plus 0.3 and the difference of this difference of this 196 minus 155.6. Okay. So which I get, how much I get, I will see. You could calculate it. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes, Ivani.
Yes, sir.
Now, in this way, we get these values. So we are taking the preceding terms and then we are doing this. We are taking the alpha from the last one. That's okay.
Sir, if we take 165 or 175,
Here we
and
write 196 minus 155.6. Does that make sense to you? And we get finally, I will tell you, we get near about 192.5. Here we get 192.5. Sorry. It is at 0.3 alpha. Sorry. Or and
So
190.
just a small question.
Yeah.
155, from where we get 155?
I have written myself.
Okay.
I have given myself this 155.
That means we have given some random value.
Random I have given here. I have given here random.
But it should be lesser than our actual.
But we go in the updation. When we go in the updation, then we take the 0.8. If you are taking 0.3 here, so 0.7 will go to the previous. We go in that way. But here we are going from last to new, current position.
Okay.
That's not.
So.
Yeah.
So it should always be lesser than actual, or it can be anything. Like
it can be anything. I have given randomly 155. Near to this, I want to give. I could give 160.
Yeah, because if it is, it will be greater, then it will impact.
I have given here only for hypothetically. I have given. It is not. We could not do in this way.
Okay.
But I have given. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have given it. Suppose in previous I have and I have got this from there. Okay. And from here now I am taking this time series. You could assume that. So in this way we could find out the value 195.9, 96.5, 210, 0.6 and 294, something in this way we get. And the 7% if you see, we will get the 156.4 and we see the 194.5 here, and here we get the 200.4. In this way we are getting, and then you could find that which one is near, so that alpha you have to consider. But the main thing is you just watch the time series and you could decide what value, alpha value we should give, and you could randomly change. You could change then. First you take 0.1, then 0.2, then 0.3. In this way we could take that. Okay.
yes, sir.
So that is the thing. In this way we select that alpha. Srinivasan ji is there? Yeah, Srinivasan ji, are you there?
Just now I joined, sir. I just came late.
Yeah. So I was
class also I could not attend.
Last class you were not there.
Yeah.
So I was showing that how to select the alpha.
Yeah.
You asked the question yesterday.
Yeah, correct.
So what I have done, we had one formula. We know that yesterday we have taken that formula.
Correct.
This formula I have shown you. So I convert this formula. I think you have not attended, so I just explain you.
Okay.
This is the how I converted it. So it is the ALT I am taking FT. Okay. Forecasting. Yes. F for forecasting. Correct. You could easily understand the terminology.
Yeah. Okay.
Forecasting at time t. It is the futuristic time. We want the forecast here for this time and t time.
Okay.
And what we have alpha, we have to decide the alpha, and yt is the actual.
Okay.
Now yt is the actual we have
Sure. Yeah.
at that time. So it is the at. Basically, it is yt is not. It is yt minus 1 we should write.
Yeah, because current time T means is forecasting, right? Future.
Yeah.
So,
It is the at minus 1. And plus 1 minus alpha, we have ft minus 1. You know, lt. Instead of L, I am putting f. Is it clear, sir?
Yeah. Clear, sir.
So what I am doing, I am opening this alpha into at minus 1 plus I am multiplying this inside. So I will get ft minus 1 minus alpha into ft minus 1. Does that make sense, sir? I just multiplied in the bracket this.
Yeah.
So ft
Okay.
minus 1 into 1, ft minus 1 and alpha into ft minus 1.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Then
Correct.
I take this ft minus 1 here, this ft minus 1, and plus alpha is here and alpha is here. Both we have the alpha. Okay, so I have taken the alpha common and at
Yeah, okay.
minus 1. Okay, and plus
FT minus.
ft minus 1. So this formula we have got through this. I have converted this for the example, showing the example, and then this formula I have written here. You see, and this is the actual I have got. Okay. Then I have put this value. This 155 I have taken myself. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This I have taken from myself. But in general, when we updation the equation, we go from here to here in R or the Python. Okay, that is the updation is a different way. We are giving the alpha 0.3, 0.3 if I are giving. So 0.7 we give to the previous leg.
Yes.
So
Okay.
here we are going from back to front in the manually process.
Yeah.
So we have taken one value here, and then we put this in formula 155, which is the ft minus 1. Okay, and plus 0.3 I am taking the alpha, 0.3 and 0.7 both value I was using. So 0.3 I am using first time, and the 157 is this one, ft minus 1, because I have to find out the value of this point time. Okay, so it is for my t, and it is t minus 1. So 157. Sorry, here I just moved this. It is 157 minus 155. 157 minus 155.
Okay.
So I am getting this value. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, how to decide which alpha will be? Which alpha is better?
I will tell you this. If we have this sort of time series, so there is no updation. Okay, there is very low value of alpha we will consider, because the previous leg is very there is not a lot of fluctuation basically. So here we get the small value 0.1, 0.2, 0.3.
So
In this way we could take.
the lower the alpha value, the better it is.
It is this time series. You know that there is no much fluctuation. It is like
Yeah,
a smooth,
for non-fluctuation type of time series.
yeah. There is a high fluctuation if you see in some time series, then you will get the high alpha.
So it depends on the fluctuation then.
It depends on the fluctuation.
Okay.
It comes with the experience.
Okay, sir.
So what value you have to take? We apply first 0.1, then 0.2, and in this way we could decide it. which one is better, we are getting the predictions. Okay. Now we come to our PPT again. I just remove this, what I have written. If you see, with this I have explained and this I have explained you. So first I have explained that updation and this all. Single I have explained to you. Now we see the exponential smoothing for double exponential smoothing. What does it mean by double? Double means we have the level and a trend. Okay, double exponential smoothing is an extension of exponential smoothing that explicitly adds support for trends in the univariate time series. Previously we have taken only level. Now we are using trend, secular trend is also. In addition to alpha parameter for controlling smoothing factor of the level, for the level, an additional smoothing factors is added to control the decay of the influence of the change in trend called beta. Beta we are taking consideration now. Along with alpha we are taking beta also. Beta for the secular trend. That is the parameter for secular trend. The method supports trends that change in different ways in additive and a multiplicative, depending on the whether the trends is linear or exponentially respectively. Okay. So double exponential smoothing with an additive trends is classically referred to as the Holt's linear trend model. Holtz-Winter was the one of the statistician, which name is given. Named for the developer of the method, Charles Holt. Okay. Additive trend, double exponential smoothing with a linear trend, and multiplicative trend, the double exponential smoothing with exponential trend. So we have two. So for longer range multi-step forecast, the trend may continue on unrealistically. As such, it can be useful to dampen the trend over time. Okay, dampening means reducing the size of the trend over future time steps down to a straight line. Okay, and then there will be no trend. Here I have given in a different way. The forecast generated by Holt's linear method display a constant trend, increasing or decreasing. Indecently into the future, even more extreme are the forecasts generated by the exponential trend method, motivated by the observation, introduced a parameter that dampen the trend to a flat line sometime in the future. So the long time future, if you see, the line will be flat. Okay. And as this modeling the trend itself, we can use the same principles in the dampening the trend, specifically additive or multiplicative for the linear exponential dampening effect. A dampening coefficient phi is used to control the rate of dampening. So that is a new coefficients we have got for the dampening effects. We have to reduce that. So additive dampening dampen a trend linearity, and multiplicative dampening dampen the trend externality. So hyperparameters, if we see here, there was only in the level we have one hyperparameter, which was the alpha. Here we have 5 parameters. One is the alpha, one is the beta, trend type, additive, multiplicative. These are not the parameter basically, I have written here, but the phi is a parameter. We have 3, alpha, beta, and the phi. Okay. Phi we do not consider here in the Holt-Winter method. It gives sometimes, and the alpha smoothing factor for the level and the beta smoothing factor for the trend. That is a secular trend, and phi is the damping coefficients. Okay, so how it is measured, we don't know. We don't go in that deep in the time series. So here you see the forecasting equation we get in this way. Here, LT plus H into BT. Okay. So how we get the LT? LT which I have translated as FT. It is the FT for level, and it is for our secular trend. So parameter updating equation like this way, LT is equal to E, this we know already, we have done previously. But here what we are doing, we are using the alpha into YT plus 1 minus alpha, LT minus 1 plus BT minus 1. Okay, LT minus 1, BT minus 1. So BT, how we get this BT? So BT we get beta, we will give some weightage to the secular trend also, and LT minus 1 plus 1 minus BT, 1 minus beta into BT minus 1. So this is very complicated. We have to understand, and we have to do practice for that. So it is the secular trend. This is the secular trend is running over here, this green line. Okay. So this is the exponential smoothing. And if we see the triple exponential smoothing, so there is another for the what is the seasonal trend and then the cyclic variation. No, the triple exponential smoothing is an extension of the exponential smoothing that explicitly adds support for the seasonality to the univariate time series. This method is sometimes called Holt-Winters exponential smoothing, named for the two contributors to the method, Charles Holt and the Peter Winters. Holt-Winter. So this particular technique we use there, Holt-Winter method we use in the time series for exponential smoothing. In addition to the alpha and the beta smoothing factors, a new parameter is added called gamma. Okay, that controls the influence of the seasonal component. So we have the level, we have the secular trend, now we have the seasonal component. We could not control the irregular. Irregular variation could not be done with the problem of having irregular variation. We could not do with exponential smoothing curve. The method, sorry. We have to follow the ARIMA for that. Okay. So at this trend, the seasonality may be modeled as either an additive multiplicative process for the linear expansion, the change of the seasonality, additive seasonality, and the multiplicative. These are the same thing which I explained you. And the hyperparameters here I have written in a different words. The being an adaptive method, Holt-Winters exponential smoothing allows the level, trend, and seasonal pattern to the change over time. Okay, not the what I am telling you irregular variation. That will not include here. So here we see the hyperparameters. You see the smoothing factor of the level, beta and the gamma. And these are the these are the type of that. And the phi, the dumping coefficients we take, and the period, the time steps in the seasonal period. How many in the monthly you are taking or the quarterly you are taking, that is the period. So that we take here. Here you see that third type. Here the parameter updation you see LT, BT, and ST for the seasonal. There is the alpha, beta, gamma, and this is the updation equation. So we don't go in the deep. We do it through the R itself. It will work, and this we will read later. First we do the practical for the exponential smoothing, so you could understand better this. Then we will work with this. Okay. This is the Box-Jenkins method for time series forecasting. It is basically the ARIMA, autoregressive integrated moving average. That method they have given some. So I will explain it later. So we start with that. Time series.
Sir, I have a question.
Mhm.
Sir, you said alpha lies between 0 and 1, right?
Hmm.
The smoothing factor.
Hmm.
So, so whenever alpha is less than 1, I mean alpha helps in smoothing the trend line,
No, no, it
or
is for the level, alpha for the level only.
alpha for the level. Acha. But whenever alpha is less than 0.5, means what exactly?
It is near to zero. It means you are giving more weightage to the our current what lakes, we could say.
Acha, you give a lesser weightage to current value,
No, no,
is it?
if we are giving the is less than 0.05, we are giving the high, laser weightage to current lakes. Correct.
Okay, okay. So how it helps in smoothing the curve? I mean, it was mentioned alpha is the smoothing factor.
Hmm.
So how it helps us in smoothing?
Not the alpha is not only the smoothing. Beta we take in the double and the triple we take the gamma also. No,
Okay,
it is a smoothing coefficient because it works on the level. Level is always straight mostly.
okay,
You will see here. You will see here in the practical.
okay, okay.
So we are taking one rain data, and this rain data I will share with you. And first I remove this all everything from here, and I'm using rain data rain.csv, and I will show you the head of this. So it is the given only the one variable is there, 23.56 millimeter, 26 millimeter, and 21.86 millimeter, or the inches whatever I do. So this is the rain is given for the last few periods, and first we convert this in time series, whatever data we get. So how we convert? So we will write the TS for the time series, and the data what you have the rain data, and we know from which year it is the yearly data. Rain data is the yearly data. So it is the 1813. From 1813 I have this data, and the 100 observation I have. For the 100 years I have this data, and I run this. So you that's see that's the time series for 100 years I've got it. I will show you the head of this time series now. So you get it is in this way. You see the difference between both. This is the time series now. Now I want to plot this time series. Okay. What do you think? Is there any secular trend? Is there any seasonal variation?
No, no, it is more or less the same.
Yeah, I will zoom it. Now tell me about. Is there any seasonal variation? Oh, secular trend in this data in this time series?
No,
No.
only seasonal variations is there. It is cyclical or trend.
You look see it properly. Suman is telling cyclic type, no? Aditya, what do you say? Is there any secular trend or the seasonal variation in this data?
Sir, I see randomness. I mean the non-stationary structure.
Non-stationary. Why?
No, it is stationary.
How do you say it is non-stationary?
I non-stationary. I mean the random thing.
No,
Like it
non-stationary.
is. one point it is increasing, next point it is decreasing.
It doesn't mean that it is non-stationary. Meaning of non-stationary is different.
Okay.
Fluctuations are high.
No, I am asking about the two things. Whether there is secular trend or not. First you respond me this one. Is there any secular trend? Upward or downward direction you are getting here something?
No, sir.
No getting, huh? So that is the meaning the secular trend. There is no secular trend in this data. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
If there is no secular trend and there is no seasonal variation also, can you see the seasonal variation there?
No, sir.
So we have only level here. Level is in every time series. Level is present. Level is the basic thing. Okay, there is only level. So I have taken the time series the without seasonal trend and without secular without secular trend and the seasonal variation. So I will take the Holt-Wilter method I will use for fitting it model, and it is the RAN TS time series name I have given, the RAN time series. I will write here, and the beta is false because there is no secular trend. Beta is for secular trend, and gamma is for seasonal variation. Seasonal variation is also not here. That makes sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is false, both false. Means alpha is automatically true. In the true, it is default.
So beta
So-
is for which one you said? Seasonal or secular? Beta?
There is no secular trend.
Yeah.
So there is no seasonal variation.
Okay. The
For
beta.
seasonal, there is only level.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, one thing is the level, second is the secular trend, third is the seasonal variation.
So,
So
gamma
L-
is for seasonal variation.
Gamma is for
Okay.
seasonal
Okay.
variation.
Sir. Yeah.
Okay. So we have only alpha because the level is always everywhere. In every data, level would be there. It is the basic platform of the time series. Okay. So we have the alpha here. So we will not write the alpha is equal to 5, false. Other we are going to write the false, and I make it. Then I will show you this RAN fit. So you see this, I am getting the alpha. Alpha value, it will all automatically calculate. They have some algorithm. You will get it. Okay. 0.024. This is the alpha. Now, I will show you the plot of this RAN fit. So it will go. This level will work in this way. It will be the always horizontal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Alpha value is very low. You see here. Alpha is very low. Or not. But when I got the prediction from this, I will see the names in the RAN fit. So I will get these all attributes are there. So I will get the fitted value. Fitted value in the predictions. Okay, forecasting. So I will get this. This is the X head and the level would be same. X head, okay, and level would be same. There is no difference. Okay. Suppose if I increase the value of alpha, give the more weightage to alpha, for the nearest observations. So I am taking instead of 0.02, I am taking 0.2 and I see what happens. You see, Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So what alpha value we should choose for this model? Can someone explain? You know that
You
the
said
flux
if the
near to
if you
1.
have the fluctuation is high, then you
So
said alpha should be close to 1, you said.
correct, correct.
So
The Holt Winter method, what they have given only 0.02, which is not correct value. Okay. They have a different algorithm they have used, but it is not correct. So we could increase this value. Now it is very correct prediction we have forecasting.
Sir.
Are you getting it, everyone?
Yes.
yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Now we give the 8. Will be more accurate. Okay. So in this way, we could find out the value. We just have to change. It's very simple. We could choose the value. Srinivasanji, have you got this? How to choose the value?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
It is our prediction forecasting.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
we could forecast for the future. It is the forecasting. It is the
Sir,
prediction
can,
basically. It is the prediction. Prediction is for the same time period. No, whatever
No,
the actual value we have, we are talking about that. है ना?
no,
Now the
if it is
forecasting for the future.
now if it is going to be close to the actual trend,
Hmm.
what is the smoothness we are achieving in this?
Yeah.
What is the difference? If you say only there is an offset kind of a thing, but other than that, if you say there is any smoothness,
Hmm.
how we are getting it? Maybe some portions are getting truncated if there is a peak. Is that what we are achieving?
You look at it.
Uh, so the long peaks, for example, the last one is very high,
Hmm.
but the new one is a little bit lower. So is that
Huh.
what we are achieving by this? So if you increase alpha to 8, probably 0.8, it will further increase the peak, right?
Yeah, yeah. I will write the 0.9 also. Oh, I just have to plot also. I have not plotted it. Look at this.
So it has increased further. So if you are going to be closer to 1, it will follow that peak, except there is a small offset
Yeah.
in the trend. So then what is the smoothness we are achieving, and what is that for?
What do you understand by the smoothness here? What do you think? What is the smoothness basically?
Smoothness is the curve, at least look wherever there is a peak. I thought it could be like a sign, it could be a bend there kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Where there's a steep variations can be a smoother.
yeah. So it is
But
very near. The smoothness is higher or lower here.
if it is follow the same trend, it is also
Yeah,
wherever there is a peak, here also it is a peak, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't have any smoothness.
Doesn't have?
The smoothness is not visible, right? I mean, it's only going straight as a peak.
Hmm.
So the curve doesn't show like a smooth curve.
Yeah. But if we see the prediction, then I will tell you. Okay. First we forecast this, and then we could see the smoothness there in the forecasting. It is for that, and it is and for this. Look this. This is our thought. This is the prediction, or it is a level. The prediction is the horizontal. It will give these values. The forecasting is this one, and this is the interval of the 85%, and this is the 95% confidence level. So fluctuation I will show you, and I will show you the previous also. This one. This one is for 0.02. This one is for 0.02.
Okay,
Where is 0.02 is where?
the first
Just a
one,
minute.
right?
No, it's I have taken the R2, and first one is where?
Overwritten, sir.
Hmm?
0.09, no? So there only it was 0.02. So now there is no syntax.
That is the
Here only,
0.02.
yeah, here
0.02.
only. Yeah, yeah.
That is the 0.02 for. Rain fit I have given here, na? Rain fit. For this is for rain fit. Where I have given. This is for the rain fit, which is the 0.02, and that is smooth. Smoothness is here or there. I will show you that also, Carl. Yeah. Now, what do you say about the smoothness of the curve?
This curve has no relation, sir. It is very much at the center,
This
but
is
there are a lot of
level, sir.
variations. This
It
is
is
the
a
level.
level only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
I
is a
think
level.
0.2, if you take, then there is a smoothness, you can say.
Yeah. What are you telling, Aditya?
Sir, when you take alpha factor as 0.2, we can able to see the smoothness in
0.2
the, yeah.
instead of 0.02.
Uh, 0.2 means 0.2 is 0.2.
0.2.
Yeah. So here we can see the red line as smooth
Yeah.
instead of all those spikes in the actual data.
Yeah. If we see the fitted of this, it would be like this. Okay. It is smoother than that, na? But they have,
At lower values of alpha, you are getting a smooth curve,
yeah,
but the curve is not looking as a true representative because the peaks are very high on either side.
yeah,
But if
Because
you increase
fluctuations is very
the,
high.
yeah, fluctuation is high, but if you increase the value of alpha, the curve is close to the real data,
yeah,
but there is no smoothness.
yeah.
So maybe we can strike an average 0.5 kind of a thing. Maybe that may work out. I don't know.
But this one is like 0.2 is okay because I have selected this previously
No, but
for the smoothness.
if
If
you are only talking about prediction to be more accurate, I agree that alpha has to be high.
yeah,
But if you're referencing with respect to smoothing the
smoothness, it
curve,
should be low.
then alpha is reverse.
Yeah.
That's what I am feeling from these trends.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir, and if the fluctuations are very high, then we
Hmm.
have to take alpha value close to 1 for
Hmm.
correct prediction,
Yeah.
and then the graph will not be smooth.
Hmm. I make the plot for this also. So we get this is the prediction of forecasting basically. Sorry. This will be the forecasting.
But that forecasting is straight, is it? Straight, look
Straight,
like a straight
straight.
line, huh?
It is the level basically. It is giving as per the
Level,
level.
okay. Around that level, that means,
Yeah.
okay.
And the confidence is also same. Not there is no change in the confidence level. You see, it is the straight.
So is this the method they use in the meteorological centers to predict rainfall or something?
Yeah, they use this sort of methods. But they have some other parameters they may also consider, but I have taken this data as for I need only the levels only this data. I don't want the seasonal or the secular trend. This data is only the levels. So I have a different data for the for our that I'll show you the second data. Then I will show you another data. Then we will discuss in detail. There is another data I am taking for secular trend. That is the skirts data, the diameter of the skirts. So I just show you this, and it is from 1866 I have, and it is the yearly data. And I show you that it is the diameter something in centimeter, and I plot this data. So you see, this is my data. So is there any secular trend are you getting? Yeah, Nikita ji,
No, sir.
no secular trend.
Sir, it's going downward.
Yes.
Going downward, correct? Adit, there is trend.
After some time, it is decreased.
Okay, it is decreasing trend, no?
Yes.
There is a trend. So here is no seasonal variation. Here is trend and level. So we will write the gamma falls in hold winter. Okay, does that make sense to you? And I plot this, so you will see it. I have got the correct one. Now I will read this. What are the alpha and beta it has taken? You see, the alpha is 0.83. 0.83 because it is very few changes in the previous leg, or the higher changes we have got here. Higher changes we are getting. Okay. In points we are getting very high value to alpha. There is too much fluctuations or not? Are you agree with that? The 0.83 should be there.
So,
For the secular trend, it is giving 1. What does it mean? The beta we are giving 1 just to previous one. Okay. So we are giving on the nearer, the high wattage we are giving it. Gamma is false. So I just give you the prediction for this. With this we have run. I just forecast this. This is the forecast. Forecast I have taken for the 19 years. But I should take for the 7 or 8 years so you could see it properly. This is the forecast.
sir, actually, one thing I wanted to add to the discussion that was happening before, the value of 0.2 and 0.8 or close to 1. So, the value which is closer to the graph value, actual graph value, is actually better. I mean, the fitted line and with the colored line that we were getting in the previous graph, it's actually the closer it is to the actual value, the better will be the forecast.
The better will be the forecast.
So
Correct.
that is the reason why when sir was pointing out that the value should be closer to 1, it should be closer to 1 as you also said, because the closer it will fit to my actual data, the better it will give me the forecast. That's what the theory says. So that is what we were seeing in that graph. So just to, because I was not able to speak that time, so I just added that. Yeah.
Nice. So have you seen that here now the size of diameter of the skirts will increase in future? No, is the diameter from 1813 the diameter increase of the skirts, and then it decrease the diameter, and now in future the diameter will increase. So it is showing this way, and the near future prediction is more accurate. There is a no, you see the interval is very near to this line, and here it is expanding in the future. So they are not much confident about this. So they are taking the big interval. Does that make sense to everyone? I just show you.
You asked the gamma is equal to 1, then what it means? Can you tell me, sir? Even I want to understand.
Okay.
If gamma
is for our
no,
seasonal
gamma is
variation.
false. Yeah, gamma is false, but here beta, sorry, I said beta is 1 now. So what it represents?
It is giving the whole weightage to the just previous seasonal or the secular trend, not the as you see in that time series. Then you could better understand, because I have not explained everything there. So beta, it is giving the high weightage to LT minus 1 only, this difference. And the 1 minus 1, it would be 0. There is no given, not given this to that seasonal variable. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Thank
Sir,
you.
is it
This value is beta basically. BT is this one.
Yeah.
So 1
is
into
it
LT, FT minus 1. Okay, there is no, it is not considering the previous BT minus 1 or BT minus 2. It is not considering that.
Okay. Thanks.
so the curve is continuously decreasing? So is
Yeah.
it because of that probably beta is 1?
Yeah.
And if on the other hand, if it is increasing, will beta be minus 1 kind of thing?
No, beta is 0 to 1 always. Alpha is 0 to 1.
To 1. Okay.
Always gamma is also 0 to 1.
Okay.
That is not considering the previous seasonality. Yeah, BT minus 1. It is considering the present seasonality with two levels, two previous levels. One current and the one previous level difference is taking only that. And I will explain some more things later. First, I am showing you the different sort of time series where that one we have taken for the level, one we have taken for the secular trend. Now we see the seasonality and seasonal variation. So this is a Soviner data set we have, and I will explain you that. It is the monthly. Okay, the visitors came there, the tourist came over there. So it is the 12 frequency monthly. It is the from 1987. One, it will start from the January. If I write to here, it will start from the February. Okay. So we are converting in the science. I'll show you the head of this first. This is my head. Now I am converting this. So I will show you this head of this also. You see this. Or if I write the more, just a moment, I write here the head is only giving me the 6 observation. So I write here 60. So I'm getting 5 years data, 60 observations. January, February, March, April. In this way, the time series previously I had time series in this way, and the data in this way. Now I have converted them in time series, so I have got in this way. Does that make sense to everyone? Because there is a seasonality I have to see, or I will plot this, so you could see the seasonality is there. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
There is seasonality.
Sir, the one that you just did, 60 that you did na,
Yeah.
on command line 114.
Yeah.
So, इसमें you did it just to show us, right? I mean, if
Yeah.
I have the data, So the R will automatically recognize now that monthly data for that many years I have.
Yeah, we will write here na 12.
But
Frequency 12 for monthly.
But I, because in certain other softwares, I'm just what I'm trying to ask. In some other software, sometimes we have to tell the software that it's a time series data and this is a monthly frequency data. So that we are doing only in 113 line na command. That is it. If I want to plot it, I can directly go for plotting na.
No, directly.
Directly we can go for plotting.
Once you have shown that it is a data like a time series, we have created time series here. Converted this data in time series. The Sovinar frequency, we know that it is monthly, so we have written here monthly. Now we don't have need to write this again.
Okay, so this you just showed as an example, na? Head souvenir shirt 60, this one.
Head I have shown. The 60 means I have shown the 60 observations.
Yeah, this is just for showing me, right? I mean, otherwise in the background, the data file already recognizes that it has monthly data.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is just I am showing you how is data look like.
Okay.
So I have plot this, but you see here it is stationary or non-stationary time series. Can somebody explain me? Aditya ji. Aditya.
Sir, I am screwed up today, so I will have to refer to your PDF, yesterday's PDF.
Okay, no problem. So the Suman and Shivani. Radhakrishna ji, what do you tell? Is it stationary or not?
By looking at the graph, it's kind of stationary, but it grows. As the year grows, the peaks also grows. So I think it's a little bit tricky, not able to.
It is non-stationary data, basically. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
It is non-stationary data. So what we do for the non-stationary data, Nikita?
So this is a exploding series, we can say, because what is happening
now you see here it is the exponential way it is growing.
It is
non-stationary.
And how we can say by looking at a graph that it is non-stationary is that there is no mean of data which I can see constantly. So from 1987 to 1988-89, there is some constant consistency in the mean of the data. But after 1990-91, if you draw a line of mean, like a straight line, the mean is not constant. The mean will go up as time goes up. So that's when we say that time series data is non-stationary, when the mean and variance is not constant. So this is how the theoretical
There are three parameters basically.
One
is the mean, one is the standard deviation. Variance, what we say, the variance also. Variance of the SD, whatever you take. And the third one is what? You know that, the seasonality.
Yes.
So there is seasonality too. So it is if there is mean is constant, variance is constant, but the seasonality is there, then it is non-stationary.
Okay. This one I didn't know, sir.
This one.
Okay.
Sir, can you repeat one?
If data having constant mean over a time period, okay, having the constant variance over a time period, but it has seasonal variation. Does that make sense to you?
Sir, seasonal the plot showing seasonal variation is non-stationary always.
Non-stationary.
Get it, sir.
Correct, Shivani?
Yes, sir.
It's a very vast topic. So we have to study lots of literature for this.
Sir, we can only touch surface of time series in 3 days. I have studied I've been working on time series from last 12 to 15 years, and I don't think I know enough. So whatever you are doing is a very good job because this is you can only touch surface with time
Still
series.
I read 4 to 6 hours daily.
Yes, sir. Say, I mean, with time series, I think as we read, the methods are developing every day. So
You know
when we
that
read one day,
I am making one future selection, this PPT
yeah,
from few days. So you see the material what I have written there. I am reading different PDFs, some research papers, and then I am writing on the feature selection and the feature engineering. I am going to write one article also. I am going to write. So I am making this first the PPT. Then I will
okay,
write one article also on this. So I'm just collecting the data and reading everything.
yeah.
So daily 2 to 3 hours I spend on this.
It's very vast, sir. 3 days we can only like I think it's an ocean, and we are just taking out a cup out of it in 3 days.
Yeah.
Time series, at least I know time series, so that's why I
Time
can
series
just.
very vast.
It's
मतलब,
very vast.
most vast chapter in statistics.
Every time I read something and I apply it, and then I go back and see the technique has already been upgraded. So
Yeah.
whatever I did in the past will become redundant. It will become bekar. It is not useful. So so
बहुत
yeah.
सबसे ज्यादा मतलब जो चैप्टर है ना वास्ट अपने आप में टाइम सीरीज है. बहुत कम लोग टाइम सीरीज पे काम करते हैं पूरे इस वर्ल्ड में, क्योंकि मेरे पास कहीं टाइम सीरीज के प्रोजेक्ट के ऑफर आए मैं मना कर देता हूँ
You
यूएसए
can
से
send
और
them
इधर
to
उधर
me,
से.
sir.
नहीं क्या है, एक तो टीम चाहिए उसके लिए, और वो
हाँ, true.
इंटेलेक्चुअल लोगों की टीम्स चाहिए जो समझते हैं इस चीज को, कंसेप्ट को समझते हैं. अब मेरे पास जो डेटा एनालिस्ट है ना वो सब ऐसे ही बने हुए हैं. दे हैव नॉट द कंसेप्चुअल नॉलेज. They came and just learned the Python and they become the data scientist. They learn the R little bit and then the second day they says I am a data scientist.
Sir,
This
actually, I feel that matlab, whatever I've been attending your course for 3 weeks now, what I realized ke I completely respect the fact that softwares are very, very important, but I think theory is much more
theory is
important
more important than
before
the data
going into
analytics.
software. Because if you don't know the theoretical, now today you were teaching about alpha value. If you don't have experience or you've not read about it, you will not give a right value of alpha there, and that will mess up your forecast. And if
Yeah.
you're in a company and you're asked to give a forecast on sales for that matter, you can't really afford that, because accuracy should be there. So your theoretical background is very, very important in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son is doing BTech in the IT now, and I thought that after graduation I will ask him to join some ISI. I will try for the ISI for the statistics in the PG in statistics. So he could understand the basic concepts.
Yeah, it'll require at least, I mean, I know because I have friends who have studied from ISI. So it requires like a good year of preparation to get into ISI only. It's so
Yeah.
mathematical, the entrance itself,
Yeah,
that
I know. One of my friend is professor there.
yeah.
So I know how the paper comes. I have downloaded the papers from the site and I'm reading these and making him preparation for that. Then God knows there are very few seats. 25 seats are there for general category. 50 seats total.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Sir, can you recommend some good books for time series, sir?
Sir, I have few PDFs.
Okay,
So
sir.
I see here. If I had, I will share with you, or otherwise it would be in my laptop, and I will surely I will share this with you.
Okay, sir. That would be
And
great.
on the
Yeah.
drive, I will share. Anybody could download
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I see there should be some
Yeah.
ebooks. I have so many.
Okay, sir.
So a little book of R for time series, and this is one.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see. I have so many, not only one.
Okay, sir.
There is only one. Erwin Cogan का है ये, और there is a with respect to R it is, and how to implement in the R. using R for the time series analysis, and this all is given in this book.
Okay. But specific to time series theory, if I want to
I have that
yeah.
also. I will
Okay,
see in the books collection. I have so many books, e-books. I will see here.
Okay.
I have e-books also.
Yeah, you can
This
please
e-books.
share.
I have so many books here.
Yeah.
I will share the. I have laptop also. I have the time series analysis. Time series analysis application on the R examples in the time series analysis. So
Okay.
probability and time series analysis. Well, it is the basic conceptual. It's not with R.
Okay, sir.
It is the conceptual one.
Okay, sir.
Willis book. It is good book. The time series data for financial data, economic data, hydrological data, air pollution, transportation data, biomedical time series, sociological time series, energy time series, climate time series.
Okay, sir.
Stationary and invertibility, casuality, whiteness testing. The whiteness is also there. I will explain you about the whiteness. I have not explained that. And weak and strong dependence, everything, SEF and a PSEF, ARFIMA, ARIMA, ARMA, different models are there. So this I will share.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
You will get
Thank
so
you,
many
sir.
things here in this book.
Yeah.
Garch model is also there. I have worked on this, but I have not included in my syllabus up to now. So it is for the share market. Garch model we use for the share market analysis. So I will.
Almost a semester to finish. I mean,
okay, sir. Thank you.
Then a semester to finish all this. I mean, you're teaching in 3 days. Whatever is, I think, is very.
We will cover the Garch model also.
Yeah.
We will cover that for the share market analysis. The people may be interested. So I will use that. I have done some work on that. So I will apply here. So we do this here. So it is a unstationary data. Okay, because I have given the 3 parameters. One is the constant mean. The second is the constant variance is not there, and third is the seasonality is there. Okay, so the seasonality is there. It means it is a unstationary, and we will take the log. Does that make sense to everyone? Whenever we get the unstationary data, then we use the log. So I am taking the log for this time series. Are you getting my screen or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Getting.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
No problem. So I just take the log of this and I plot this. So you will see now it is stationary. Now we'll get the mean over time would be, I think that it is okay now, constant.
Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So there is a seasonality, there is a level, there is a trend. So I will not make any false. Alpha is true, beta is true, and gamma is true. And it is the log value, you know that. It is not the actual value now we have. And if I plot this, so I will get this. It is very near to the actual. You see this. Is it right? Very near to the actual. There's somewhere it may be. And I will show you the plot. I have plotted the 7 feet. I have already plotted it. Now, what I will do, I will take the forecast for 48 months, 4 years, and I plot that. So you will see this is the prediction for next 4 years. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So it is the upward trend we are getting here. Okay, I will share that PDF, Suman, today. Okay, so you download it and you read it, otherwise I will read it for you. Okay. Mr. Suman. You download
Sir?
it, I will share it this all.
What are the alpha beta values here, sir? In this
I will
particular.
show you. I will show you that. I will show you that, sir. Here beta is 0. Beta is 0 means I will show you.
Both sides.
Beta is 0, so we are giving all weightage to the previous one. Okay. But here, what does it mean by S1, S2, S3, S4, S12? Yeah. What does it mean?
Month-wise.
S1, S2, S3. This is for January. We will take only this one. Other will be 0 for the January. This we will take coefficient for February. This coefficient we will take for the March. This is for April. For the seasonality, monthly seasonality we are taking. So we are taking the 12 seasonality coefficients here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The which month you are taking, you will take that only that coefficient. If you are talking about the May, then you will take this one only. Okay.
So just one clarification. Alpha will always be there that I know, and beta is 0 and gamma is 0.95. So
Yeah.
gamma is for seasonality, or right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it has taken the past few years values to be more impactful in making the forecast.
Yeah.
And beta is 0. So what did beta represent
Beta
once
is the
again?
secular trend it is showing.
Okay, secular trend. Okay.
Okay. So that is the secular trend it is taking for the previous, not giving weightage just. Okay.
Okay.
Because it is seasonal now. So beta will be low in the seasonal basically if you see in the most of the time series analysis.
Okay.
So I will discuss this all tomorrow also because just I have shown you how we are getting this trend. The one time series I have taken only with level. Second I have taken only with a level and a secular trend. Third I am taken. I have not run all the scripts. I have not run these few parameters also. SEF. I have not explained this. Okay. TQ norm. I have not run this plot, and we will discuss this all on the Monday. Okay. So I think it is okay for today.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I will share this script. And yesterday I have given you some note. I have not shared anything yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday material I think I have not shared with you.
Yeah, it's not there, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will share today. I forget to share it.
Sir, actually, I think in R4 folder we are getting all the previous R R part 2, whatever was that you call it. We are getting material of that. I don't think after 1st or 2nd September that this has been updated, the drive. I mean,
I
correct me if
just
I'm wrong.
Excuse me,
see
sir.
this. Yeah.
On the very first day, the wrong drive link was shared. Actually, R2 was shared instead of R4.
Yeah, first day. You are using that link. Nikita.
Can be having that link.
Okay.
There is second link they have sent Mr. Mukesh.
Oh, okay. Fine, sir.
No, so you see in the mail. Otherwise, I will resend you.
No, I got it. I didn't check it actually. Sorry, I didn't check it.
So we
I was
have.
all this while I was thinking you didn't send any R4 videos, and I was thinking if I miss it, it will be
No.
a
There is
problem.
you see that there is R for decision
Yeah,
trees,
yeah.
for
I just
video,
saw
random
it. Yeah.
forest, and feature selection,
Yeah.
random forest, and yesterday's remain.
Yeah.
7 days and 2 days, the 10 day, 10 and 11.
Yeah.
So we have to see that. So
There's no class tomorrow.
tomorrow I think I want some rest.
Okay,
Tomorrow is
you
Sunday.
earn it.
One
And
day,
you
otherwise, Rimi, I will get the divorce from my wife if I won't get the rest for Sunday.
I
Yeah,
think my husband will divorce me too also.
she will
And
give
my
me
kids will
divorce.
never know me anymore.
Same here, Remy ma'am. I'll get divorced if starts happening every Saturday, Sunday. We can't go out
How
every
many kids do
anything.
you have,
You know.
Gita?
Sorry,
How many kids do you have?
I don't have kids, ma'am, yet, but still.
I hope you will get your kids soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you, sir, how many kids do you have?
I have
Sorry?
one. I have one.
I have 3 kids.
Achha,
Oh
you have
God.
3 kids.
All the best, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you.
So the
I
next
wish you
class
all
will be
a
on
very good
Monday, sir.
weekend.
Monday.
Monday. Okay.
Monday, sir.
So we had 2 days break this week.
Yeah, Suresh Kumar ji.
We had 2 days break this week, Saturday, Sunday.
No problem, no problem.
No,
No,
no.
then tomorrow is Saturday or what?
Tomorrow is Saturday, sir.
Oh, tomorrow is class. Sorry.
Okay, sir.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
tomorrow is Sunday. Oh, sorry. Tomorrow I thought tomorrow is Sunday.
So tomorrow there is class.
Tomorrow is class, sir.
Okay,
Srinivasan ji,
Okay,
tomorrow
yeah.
is class.
Sunday will be off, sir, right?
Sunday will be
will
off.
be
Sunday will be off. Sunday will be off.
You
Because the
give off
weekend we puzzled mostly.
No, you give off tomorrow. You will get special treatment from family.
No. You are right. But
Yeah.
Sunday, my wife has a birthday. Sunday,
Wow.
13 September. So I could not keep the class Sunday.
Okay. Advance happy birthday to her.
Yeah, so Saturday I will work. Tomorrow I will work.
ठीक है.
Okay.
ठीक है.
Tomorrow we have class. I thought tomorrow is Sunday. Sometimes it happens.
So I have one question or clarification actually.
Yeah.
See, if we are talking about so much of data analysis, suppose
Yeah.
for example, if we want to check the increments or the salary of person,
Mhm.
how much it will vary, how it will go. See, now there are a lot of factors coming into that. One is the behaviors, then the attitudes, then the communication skills, so many other parameters, behavioral things coming into play, and their appraisals and various other factors. So these things, I do not think we are able to give any weightage or collect data on that. So we can get data on the number of years of service, date of joining, age, their performance ratings kind of thing. 1 year who is very good, maybe getting a 5 out of 5. Next year he goes to 3 or 4 kind of things. So all these kind of variations, how do you predict with because we do not have any component in the data for these things.
I have one HR data which I had worked on that, and there I have used the linear regression for the appraisal. You are talking about the appraisal.
Yeah, correct.
So I have worked on it. Or we got three data sets. One from the team leader or the manager, give the feedback, and one from the satisfaction level from the employee, and one from their technical report what we get through their work performance, login, log out. These all things also are there, and login time, logout time, and these all. So through this we have I applied that the linear regression model. So for the appraisal analysis. So if you need, we will discuss someday, and I will share the details with you.
But was anything you have the result of that analysis, which means was it matching with the analysis? Has HR given any feedback to you
No, I could
over the
not give to
years or
that
kind of thing?
company because in between I have to break my that agreement with that company because the top management has changed
Okay, okay.
in between.
Because
So
I
yeah,
have various points are when we do appraisals for our staff or things like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we notice that
Ah,
we are not
ah,
able to predict how this fellow will perform next year.
yeah.
So
Because
though we have a
I have been
feel,
working on that for the HR, or still I want to work on the HR. There are two sort of modeling we could do for the HR. One for the attrition is also there, the employee leave
yeah,
of
yeah, correct.
the, that is the one sort of, and the one is the appraisal. Two thing is very important in the HR field. So I am going to do the work on both the parameters, and I have talked with one community is there for the HR, which all the HRs are there in one community in the Indore itself, and they have the HR from other cities also. So I want they want something from me to you make one course for the HR only
Okay,
with R. So they could do the easy way, they could do the analysis of these all things
yeah,
because
yeah, okay.
most of the HR know how to deal with the Excel they know very well, Excel
Correct.
sheet and this all, but with R they could do more insights of the data, they could work
Correct.
on the more insights of the data.
But
So
see, with a handful of people in one particular department also, we
hmm,
get day in and day out interactions, we have close communication. So a
hmm,
feel of the person is already there.
hmm,
But even in spite of it, we are not able to predict how this fellow will perform next year
hmm,
because this kind of the project engineering kind of a data
hmm,
or service kind of a data. So the data is the requirement is not consistent. One year you may get more orders, more jobs, more
hmm,
projects. Another year you may not get like that. Unlike the maintenance kind of thing where the plant is a regular feature
hmm,
and routine maintenance, those kind of things. But
hmm,
here that is not there. So that's why
hmm,
I was wondering how we give weightage or how do you analyze these kind of parameters?
hmm.
Yeah.
We could also suggest we could our model could suggest the training is required someone for the some particular
No.
field.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay.
It could also suggest us
Yeah.
that
Okay.
the person is required the training in this field because it see the performance the other field it is giving us the good performance. Now the this project it is not giving us the good performance,
Okay.
the every other parameters are same,
Mm,
so there is a lack of knowledge he has,
mm,
so he is taking
mm.
more time for doing the same thing.
Okay. Okay.
So there is some training required to him or not, so we could sort out this also through this. So there is a
Okay.
very good we have very good potential to work with the HR
Okay. Okay.
data sets.
Okay, sir.
There
Thank
is
you.
too much potential.
Okay.
So I will search it out. I have done that, and
Okay, sir. No issue.
So my benchmarking also.
actually you are benchmarking.
If
Yeah, yeah.
if you get
I,
time.
yeah, I studied little bit about that at that moment, and it is I will do it. I will do it. Okay,
Okay,
and
sir.
the
Okay.
HR is already completed, not problem. Almost completed. We could discuss on that, and I will give the script. But benchmark, I will study that.
Okay,
Don't
sir.
worry.
Okay.
First, we have time here. Uh,
Yes, yes,
First,
yes.
we finish this all because the previous sessions few topics remains also.
Yeah.
So I have not planned any program on this time slot 7 to 9 for next 15
Okay.
days mostly. Okay, so don't worry, we will finish the course complete, and only 5 to 7 we are doing whatever we are planning for the 5 to 7 other time slots. Okay,
Okay.
because to take the batch should run on the R1 to R4. That's a very great thing. The peoples are coming from R1, R2, R3, and R4. So that's the
Yeah.
thing. So we have to care for them. thanks everyone.
Thank
So,
you, sir. Thank
tomorrow
you.
Thank
there
you,
is a
sir.
class. Tomorrow there is a class.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
okay,
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Sir, I have a last question. Do you
Yeah.
recommend any book for regression random forest?
Okay.
I want the theoretical part, the equations and everything for the regression random forest.
I have that book also on the PDF format. So I will share with you.
Sir,
No,
will it have decision tree as well?
yeah.
Yeah, even I wanted theory because I was reading off the internet from random sources, but I want something reliable.
Because my son is search it out from anywhere and he downloaded for me what books I required. So he has the techniques. So I could not get the books. I get the books when I search on the Amazon. It take me to Amazon and there. But the same book, my son, I booked sometimes the book in the Amazon, the 500 rupees and the 600 rupees for the books. And the next day, my son gave me that book in the PDF format. So I
Yes,
cancelled
sir,
the order. I cancelled the order.
You have the name of the book. Can you just can I know the name of the book?
Tomorrow I will can give. It would better. I have to search here. There are so many books I have.
Okay, sir.
I will search and I will give you the name. I will share the book with you. Don't worry. Linear models and time series analysis, regression, ANOVA, and PDF. I have this one. I will just show you. I have this one. You see here, it is a book, Marx S. Paulela. This is a good book. And the theoretical concepts are there. The linear models, regression, and ANOVA is there. And the time series, RMAX model is a different, where we could take the more variables, more than one variables. It's not for the univariate. It is the combination of regression and time series, RMAX model. I have not worked on that so far. And it's a small book, but linear models and time series analysis. So I will share this also. Okay. I will share the books, whatever the books are important, I will share with you. Don't worry. Today I will, when I will put the material on the drive, I will put this all books. No, I will put in the drive, no problem. The important books, as per the topic, I will write, share in the drive itself, and the day wise, whatever the folder I will make another folder for the book. So ebooks, so you could download from there. Okay. So I have the time series, so many books for the time series and linear regression models. But the linear regression models I have in my laptop mostly. So I will pick it from.
I have pasted a link called Sci-Hub. It's
Okay,
called
it is.
sci-hub.tw. I put it in chat. So what
Okay.
happens is when you want to download any book, you just go to that book online, and there below the book there is a DOI number. Okay, it's a link. So you copy that link, go on this link called Sci-Hub. So this is some computer scientist person. Also, it needs a link. So I mean, without DOI, also Suman sir is saying is downloaded. So sometimes if you have the link, you can just paste it there of that book, and it will give you. So this was some computer engineer from back in from like some university. This girl, she basically cracked this code where because she's making it accessible to all the scholars for free, because not everyone can afford to buy all these expensive books. So this is the link, Sci-Hub. So I have given it. Sometime if anyone want to try, they can try this.
Okay. I note it down. Rimi, you also note it down. So you will get the book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. If you want, Anna, I have a link for, you can also download books for free.
Yeah.
It
I
is,
will give you.
let me share with you the link also.
Okay.
This is the link. You can use this link to download books as many as you want.
Okay, this is also.
Okay, thank you, Remy. Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Remy, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita, also.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have you noted down this other participants, Srinivasan ji? This link you have noted it down?
Yes, sir. I have noted.
Okay. Radhakrishna ji, you have noted it down?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Suresh
thank
Kumar
these
ji?
two,
Sir, yes,
Nikita
sir.
and Remy also. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay. Everybody, please note it down. And tomorrow I will
Yeah.
give one link also.
Yeah.
I will ask to my son and he will give me. I will share
Okay.
with you. Anna?
Great, sir.
So,
Great, sir. Yeah.
so we could collect the things, and in future we could all together make one super AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.